In today's video, I'm gonna give you the top 5 tricks that you gotta learn first when it comes to flat ground tricks. And if that's too easy for you, do this whole entire video. Switch. We're gonna ride vibe and I'll break it down as we ride. We're gonna first start with just a nice little tail press. What we're essentially gonna do is keep our lead shoulder, hip, and board pointed down the hill. We're gonna shift our belly button back over the back binding enough where the board literally goes back. Now, as we do that, if you need a little extra oomph, pull your lead leg up to get a little bit more. Now, to make this actually a little bit cooler than just trying to do a little bit of a wheelie, we're gonna do a nollie into a tail press, try to hold it for 3 seconds, and then we're gonna try to pop out so that it's a definitive beginning, middle, end. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna start, nollie, tail press, pop. Now, why this trick is awesome is because you could do it on a boxer or rail. We're actually training you to be able to have a timing such as doing it on a rail. Do you want to make a statement the next time you go skiing or snowboarding? If so, check out our Benetek viewfinder goggles. These goggles are packed with so many features that your skier or snowboarder who rides over 100 days a season is going to be stoked, but if you're a weekend warrior, well guess what? You get the benefits too. And we definitely have a very limited supply of goggles, so don't hesitate and check out the website now. The next trick that we got is gonna be the opposite, which is going to be a nose press. Let's start by doing the same thing. Lead, shoulder, hip, board pointed straight down the hill. Notice that I am going pretty slow, and I'm gonna shift my belly button over that lead binding while pointing my board down the hill. Get that nose up. Now this time, we're gonna try to get a little pop into it, a little nose press, and a little pop out. Now, I am not the most awesome at nose presses, because I got a bad hip. I had surgery a while ago and it still hurts, so not the best example, but we did a little something, something. The next trick we got is a fun little flat ground 360, which is going to be a nice segue to an actual 360, but in this video, we're gonna break it down super simple, super mellow. When it comes to a frontside 360, the coolest thing about this is you can learn a lot of the mechanics on the ground. So we're gonna wind up our lead shoulder, we're gonna get low. As I extend my legs, I'm gonna throw my shoulder, and then get my board to actually start spinning. But notice that I am notice that I'm not even leaving the ground. I, yes, have to be aware of my edges so I don't catch an edge. As long as I'm leaning uphill, I'm not gonna catch an edge. But I can start to learn the mechanics and the timing. Get my lead shoulder to wind up. I'm gonna throw it, change, and then finish. And I wanna finish on a definitive 360 with my toe edge engaged. Now, we're not gonna go much further than that, just definitely more of a little beginner kind of tip. Do a flat ground 360. The next trick after that is just gonna be a solid 180. Some people call this not a trick, but we're gonna lead to another trick, so we're gonna do a 180. I'm gonna take off of my heel side edge, I'm gonna do a little bit of a turn, I'm gonna pop, finish to 180. You're gonna notice that I am finishing with my back shoulder pointed at 180, so that I can get this whole thing to rotate. What most people will do is they won't commit this back shoulder, and my back shoulder is gonna be stuck at you, and watch what happens. We go here, right? It's not the same, it's not clean, it's not sick. So when doing this, definitely make sure your tricks are proper, meaning that we're taking off straight, we're popping to 180, and we're landing a full 180 degrees, but wind up. As I'm in the air, I definitely want to scissor my legs, meaning they're gonna move in opposition, like scissors. So then I'm in the air, I'm gonna go pull my legs in opposition so I can finish that 180. So watch, shoulders. And I can even do this as a super late 180 because my shoulders are in the correct position. Then I'll let the legs snap around, just like this. Let's get another one in. Notice how late that was. Now this time we're gonna do a frontside 180, but we're actually gonna try to get into a press, but we will be going switch, so you could do this either starting switch or landing switch, either way. We're gonna go 180, land, 180. Notice that I'm not taking off 90 degrees, pressing, and then doing a 90 degrees and skidding it around. Yes, it's definitely not a bad idea to start that way, but the end goal is to actually get the full 180 in the air, land, press, 180 out. The next variation is gonna be a backside 180. This time we're gonna wind up our lead shoulder. We're gonna throw, and we are gonna look back uphill, but I'm throwing my shoulders for 90 degrees. And then I wanna scissor my legs again. Now watch, look uphill, scissor. I cheated the landing a little bit, but my goal is to be able to go 180, 180. That's the standard we're looking for. We're gonna go toes to toes. Notice that I took off on an edge, I landed on the edge. I definitely recommend on backside specifically that you're taking off on toes, landing on toes. But if you're struggling, what mostly is happening is you're not winding up, so you're just doing this. Then you get stuck at 90. The other thing is you're looking down at the ground. So you try to do a backside 180 like this. And then it's not sick at all. Keep that spine strong, upright, and look back uphill so you can be nice and strong. Boom. And then the landing position of it, I get a nice toe side edge dug in the ground. I do that by pushing my shins over the edge so I have a nice edge angle. But as I'm in this position, my spine's upright, nice and easy. We'll get another one in here in about 14 hours. 3, 2, 1, jump. Boom. We can go switch. Now, as you saw there, I did a nollie variation. You can definitely have that flexibility and creativity. Take off on the tail, take off on the nose, create some exploration within your riding. Challenge yourself. If you have a backside 180, try to stall it out. Try to lift your knees up. Try to lift up one more than the other. Try to stall it out. There's a lot of different creativity that you can do on one trick, which makes like a really basic run like this one of the most amazing times snowboarding, because you can literally do awesome stuff. Now to follow up on the front three, I think we do a back three, but because it's more of a beginner guide, we're gonna stay flat ground. Wind up. This time we're gonna look over our shoulder, and then we're gonna finish on our toe side edge. Notice that I am staying leaning uphill, then I won't catch an edge. If I lean downhill, bad day. The next thing is when I do this, specifically watch my goggles. Big shout out to shopbenetek.com, my goggle company. My goggles, I'm gonna look all the way for the 360 as soon as possible. So it's look. That's what you would do in real life. If you can mimic the skills outside of the park and bring it into the park, definitely a good thing. I'm gonna do it one more time. Wind up, look where you're going. Boom, finish with the scissor mechanics. I'm gonna show you a real world example because I'm a big fan of talking reality, not theoretical. Here's a backside 360. We go off this little bump. Notice how quickly, I don't know if we got the shot, but notice how quickly my eyes, I'm gonna do it again. My eyes, look where it's going. Back to that toe side edge. On that note, my dudes, I hope you found value in this video, and if you did, definitely give it a thumbs up so that more snowboarders can see this video and we can make this snowboard community as awesome and strong as possible. Like I said, if you're interested in picking up any goggles, check out shopbenetek.com. It is my company, spent a bunch of time, years developing it. And on that note, join me on the live stream every single Tuesday. Love you, you're amazing. Peace out, boom.